after bringing that down so exquisitely. Look at that. But confident Rojas slams that goalward.
Adelaide United last year. Sydney FC, one of only two teams to win it on the road, which of course famously did on penalties against Victory in 2010. Now Lawrence Thomas has come out to meet Michael Zullo, and it was a good decision. Moment of panic perhaps for Victory fans, watching in those suites at Etihad Stadium, and indeed inside the ground as well. Sydney started to piece some moves together. Zullo's cross, oh, it was a dangerous one, and it's put behind by Alan Barrow, with two Sydney FC players just waiting to administer the finishing touch.
Well,
they've just shifted up a gear, Andy.
Yeah, brilliant, the work from Brillante. I mean, this was a risky move to start with. The switch of play from Jordi Bose could easily have been intercepted. Sydney persevered, got a second chance, care of the brilliance of Josh Brillante and the power. Zullo drops the ball right in the danger zone, and Victory didn't know a lot about it, to be truthful. And two seriously dangerous efforts on goal. Georgievski just outstanding there, the anticipation.
Here's the Slovakian, back to the Dutchman Bose. Volley clear by the Spaniard Barrow. Rojas from a break clear. Advantage played, a good one too by Jared Gillett. It's Besar Berisha, little step over Berisha. Oh, what a goal! That is superb! Besar Berisha, who simply lives for these occasions. He has scored again in the grand final. Incredible! A true goal poacher he is, and Victory lead.
Well, back on halfway, Marco Rojas just making his feet after this heavy challenge. And a very good advantage played. And then just sit back and watch this bloke do his business. He is the best big game player in the A-League. He sets up Alex Wilkinson, and the shimmy gets the Socceroo defender just a half a yard out of his way and off balance. Plenty of space for the Kosovan international to lance the hearts of Sydney FC, and he does it brilliantly. What a goal in the big moment from Besar Berisha. And the fans down in Melbourne ride the Kosovan home and into the lead here at Allianz Stadium.
Ninkovic is angry with Carl Valeri. Oh, it's all kicking off here, got to be careful. It's going to get out of control. Jared Gillett has got to make sure that he keeps across everything that's going on and punishes the correct guilty parties. But this was the flashpoint that set it all off. Broxham clumsy and careless going into the back of Ninkovic, who's probably frustrated and took those frustrations out on Carl Valeri. Last thing we want is a player sent off, and Ninkovic has got a booking for his retaliation. And James Troisi has got it. I think it's Troisi, not Broxham.
No, it's Troisi, and it's Troisi leapt to the defence of his captain.
Well, is that a case of mistaken identity, maybe? I don't know.
No, well, we both...
Because surely Broxham is the one that should be booked, if anybody, for the challenge.
Well, if it was a challenge, a bookable foul, I didn't think so.
Maybe this will tell us more.
Well, there's a fair bit going on there.
Well, that's Losco, and it's Troisi who's caught one in the face, and he's got the yellow card.
Yeah, well, Len Broxham was on about Philip Losco, who's now going to be in trouble.
Yeah, of course, we got... Well, I can only assume that that's Shubray-Dolovsky, the VAR.
Their assumption.
Is he entitled to rule on those things?
Let's not start on that.
I don't think it was. I thought it was only red cards. They want it back again. High up the pitch. Kevin Muscat's team. James Troisi around Brillante. Cut off with a pass by Jordi Bose, and they scream for a goal kick.
You thought Troisi was away here. That's a 50-50 call. What if you're a Sydney fan? Listen to them.
Whoa, take a breath, ladies and gentlemen. Besar Berisha with the early goal of the first half. His fifth in grand finals, maintaining his record of having scored in every single one he's played in. The first 15 minutes were bedlam. After that, it was brutal. Overall, it has been simply brilliant. And at the interval, Melbourne Victory, maybe, just maybe, have one hand on the trophy. They lead the Premiers, Sydney FC, by 1-0.
Still to come here on our grand final edition of the Hyundai A-League Highlight Show. Can Sydney FC find a way back into the contest? History is against them. No team has ever recovered from a half-time deficit to win the big prize. Victory 45 minutes away from a fourth title. Back soon.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
United are bossing the Europa League.
Manchester United mean business.
After schooling Celta Vigo.
Fantastic free kick,
United can't wait for the home leg.
and then Rashford still. Oh, he's got it!
The Old Trafford fortress will be jumping. Do you wait for Europa League semi-final second leg? Exclusively live on BT Sports.
Did you hear something? Armani Code Profumo, fragrance for men. Giorgio Armani.
Join Pure Gym from only $14.99 a month with no joining fee for a limited time. Only at puregym.com. Pure Gym. Everybody welcome.
Horse racing. The power. The grace. The thunderous orchestra of hooves. You can watch it, or you can get involved in it with the latest choral action. So, are you in the stands, or are you in the saddle? You decide. Coral, get in on the action. When the fun stops, stop.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Rojas trying to break clear. Advantage played, a good one too by Jared Gillett. It's Bessar Berisha, little step over Berisha. Oh, what a goal! That is superb! Bessar Berisha, who simply lives for these occasions. He has scored again in the grand final.
Yes, so victory 1-0 up thanks to Bessar Berisha's fifth grand final goal, thus equaling Archie Thompson's all-time record, and the Premiers are up against it. No changes made by either coach at the break. Back to Allianz we go with Andy Harper and I in commentary.
12th Hyundai A-League Grand Final, the 32nd overall if you go back to the days of the NSL. Victory do win today, they will join the likes of South Melbourne and Coney Stallions. 4 championships. Drops for Troisi, and to hit it quickly. Just a little bit too much elevation.
Yeah, good moment for Troisi. He's had a couple of moments in this game. No more than that, in truth. He's been as energetic as any of his teammates in trying to denude Sydney of ball and space and time.
Gale thought it was going out, and Barbara's stolen on the blind side. Runs towards the cove. Squares it up. Frost couldn't control it. And it trickles away from Milos Ninkovic. Just one or two signs, perhaps, that things are starting to open up for the Premiers. And the red-hot favourites, of course, today, but they still trail. Ninkovic coming much more into the game second half. Funnels it out towards Ryan Grant. The cutback. Holosko! And he was just trying to set himself, but he was leaning back. And he scoots it over the top. Well, promising for Sydney.
Errors like that by Jason Geria on halfway against Babot are what Victory basically weren't making in the first half. And it's errors like that by Jason Geria on halfway against Babot that Sydney have punished all year. And they came very close. Ninkovic with some space, setting up the play.
Alex Frost, top of the box. The cove rises as well. Ninkovic into the penalty area. Trying to clip it up for a teammate. Chested down by Brosk. On the volley by David Carney, and it's tipped away by Lawrence Thomas and behind for a corner.
This is the latter stages. Perhaps the best moment was for Alex Brosk, not there, but in the lead-up.
That tough cookie's the Linos. Apparently it's been cleared as okay for the VAR. Sydney pushing, probing, trying to feel for Melbourne Victory's weak spot. They haven't found it yet. Maybe they will here. Brandon O'Neill with the free kick. They scatter now. It's too deep for Bose. Crossed in by Wilkinson. Ninkovic threw himself at it. Brillante was brave. It won't sit for Grant. Out it comes for Brandon O'Neill. Yordi Bose to chest it down. Can they find the angle? Victory desperate. David Carney! It's in there! It's in off Ryan Grant! All square in the grand final! Incredible drama! And it's the right fullback who squared the ledger! In front of the cone!
Fabulous desperation from Victory. They just couldn't get it away. Does it go in on the first instance? We can't really tell. It's close enough. But Ryan Grant makes no mistake. From Canalda to the Big Apple, he etches his name in A-League history. Ryan Grant gets the home team level. 25 minutes of frantic action to come to settle this one. Listen to this place, if you can.
Sidestepping Prost, finds its way through for progression. Lovely turn by the Kosovan. Here's Marco Rojas, chance for victory. And again, it's over the top by Troisi.
Beautiful from Burrow. Troisi, nice dummy. You thought there Troisi was the man, but Borussia turns the other way and it falls, unfortunately, for victory onto the right foot of James Troisi. Eminently capable from that situation and should have done better.
Jason Guerrier on the right. Little step through, it's beautiful. Rojas, with Vukovic following it all the way and had to make himself big and deflected behind for a corner, but he just sneaked in there on the blind side, Marco Rojas. Here's Carney. Gets it out towards Matt Simon. Ryan Grant is free if they can pick him out. Here is Ryan Grant, little chest down, tapped on by Brosk. Maybe Brosk might have thought about turning himself. Josh Brillante wins second phase possession. In towards Carney, it bobbles across the face and eventually steered behind off the head of James Donachie. Sydney FC knocking at the door.
Nail biting, and great application from both attack and defence. Brillante's been immense today, and Donachie's been on his game defensively all game, needed to be.
Well, we thought it was going to be a corner, but instead a free kick has been given to Melbourne Victory. Simon gets away from Donachie. Urged on by the home fans. We're going to have late drama here. Carney into the box. And Bross couldn't manoeuvre himself into a shooting position. They thought that was the moment. The Sydney FC bench were all up as one. And there goes the full-time whistle for the fourth time in A-League history. We're into extra time at the end of a grand final. Bessel Borussia with the opening goal. Victory had the half-time lead, but Sydney tenacious in the second half, and they got their rewards thanks to Ryan Grant. But oh boy, that was a titanic struggle. 2 periods of 15 minutes each. If they're still all square, we're going to have the nerve-jangling penalty kicks. With another free kick, again similar sort of range. Can they make this one pay? In by Rojas this time. It's a good area. Oh, and it clips off the base of the post. Flag is up anyway. Wouldn't have counted.
Well, this is the third consecutive free kick of this type. Victory offside twice. Alex Wilkinson has just been hammered by his own goalkeeper. Completely accidental. Both players totally committed to the ball.
Rojas, Guerrier outside him. Central instead for Troisi. It's not ball got away from him. We've got a lucky bounce there. Cross for Troisi, and it thumps off the upright. And Victory with that close, potentially to stealing the grand final. James Troisi, it's slow motion. Goodness me.
Locked the boot. He's thinking that's in. So did the Melbourne fans here and at Etihad Stadium.
It's a good pirouette by Troisi. Simon ensures he makes no further progress. Look at the scrap in the centre of the park. Just like it was in the first minute. Thumped forward by Jordi Bos. Is it going to stay alive for Carney? It is. His teammate sprinting to try and catch up with him. He's right on the edge of the box, challenged by Georgievski. It's a free kick. Georgievski says, yeah, okay, so long as it's not a penalty.
I mean, again, just Georgievski knew he could see where it was.
It's close.
Right to the millimetre. He knew exactly. He knew what he was giving away, but he knew where he was. I guess he rolled the dice. Maybe he wouldn't have without the VAR. Great moment for Sydney, this potentially.
Off go the noise levels again. Sydney FC fans sensing a big moment potentially. Second period of extra time. Brandon O'Neill puts it in. Jordi Bos makes contact. Can't deflect it goalwards. Now for Zullo. More orthodox cross this time, and he partly cleared. Teed up by Grant. Oh, David Carney falling backwards off balance. Nobody around him. A chance to be a hero. And he fluffed his lines.
Well, Carney to Grant, or thereabouts, for the equaliser. Now Grant to Carney for the winner. And he's done it before for his team from those sorts of situations. That so trusty left boot just letting him down.
Time nearly up. And a tired-looking pass from Georgievski. Thumped forward by Sydney. Can they create a late chance? Matt Simon trying to protect the ball. He's bubbled over. The whistle goes not for a foul, but for full time at the end of extra time. And again, they cannot be separated. It finishes all square. David Carney had a great chance to win it for Sydney FC. At the other end, James Troisi struck the post in the second period of added time. But they cannot be split. Sydney FC won, Melbourne Victory won in the grand final. And as it was in 2010, it will be penalty kicks to decide the trophy. And it's Sydney FC who are going to go first in front of the Cove. Their captain, Alex Brosk, who is 2 from 3 in A-League history. So it's Brosk against Thomas. First kick of the penalty shootout. No problems for the Sydney FC skipper. Into the corner. Thomas went the wrong way. Sydney lead 1-0. Sydney FC faced penalties at this end of the ground on 3 occasions this season, and all 3 have been missed, including Besart Mauricio back in November. James Troisi doesn't miss. Vukovic gets right. Good penalty. Alex Wilkinson is 2 from 2 in previous penalty shootouts during his days with the Mariners. Oh, sends it wide. The first miss of the penalty shootout, and Alex Wilkinson, who's never won a grand final, another moment that he doesn't care to remember on the big stage. Nothing he can do about it now. Next up, Lee Broxham, veteran of 4 grand finals against Vukovic. Long run up, good penalty, tucked away, victory lead, 2-1. Big kick this for David Carney. Very experienced player. Graham Arnold can hardly watch. Has to score, all the pressure is right on Sydney. Does score, no problem. 2-2. Up next, it's going to be the victory captain, Carl Valeri. Sent off in the last grand final against Sydney FC 2 years ago. Wants to lift that trophy. His kick will put them 1 step closer to it if he can convert. Valeri against Vukovic. Oh, thumbs back on the crossbar. Stays at 2-2. 1 miss apiece. Sydney FC back in the ballgame.
Well, the skipper.
What drum?
He's had a massive game today, Carl Valeri.
How's your nerves down there in Melbourne? Brandon O'Neill next up for Sydney FC. Lovely penalty. Sydney FC leads 3-2.
And it's Marco Rojas.
As we said, only ever taken 1 penalty in the A-League. That was against the Mariners. He missed that one. If he misses this one, victory to ensue soon. His right, strong right paw, big save for Sydney FC.
That's a brilliant save from Danny Vukovic. Oh, that's a brilliant save from Danny Vukovic.
And fittingly, Milos Ninkovic now has the chance to win the title for Sydney FC from 11 metres. The Johnny Warren medalist, the best player in the league this season. If this goes in, it's Sydney's crown. Ninkovic scores! Dreams have come true in sky blue! Sydney FC are the champions of Australia for the first time in 7 years. And again, it's victory who are the vanquished on the big day. A cruel, cruel way to lose it. But a season of outstanding performance is capped with a championship for Sydney. Congratulations to Graham Arnold and his players and staff. The old golden toilet seats is staying in Sydney tonight. Sydney FC winning 4-2 on penalties after a 1-1 draw. Cue delirium amongst the Sky Blue Hawks.
Speechless. That whole penalty shootout was a blur. It just went so quickly, and I can't believe we won it. It's just an amazing feeling.
What went through your mind when you realised that you won it?
Oh, just pure elation, you know. I don't know what I would have done if I lost the fourth, you know. That's my fourth grand final, and so grateful that we've won, and we've done it in style.
Yeah, unreal result. Obviously we did it the hard way, but it was just meant to be the way it sort of ended up with Ninko getting that winner. So yeah, over the moon. Can't believe it.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I've been thinking about it for a while now, just mentally trying to visualise, and yeah, the feeling of actually doing it is like nothing else. But like I said, you know, it's nothing short of what the boys deserve. I think they've been fantastic all year. You know, even Melbourne Victory said congratulations, that we deserved it. And look, it was a tough match. They pushed us all the way. It's a tough way to win on penalties, but I'm glad we're able to do it in front of our home crowd.
I can cop most things, but to walk in there now and see the look on their faces with the amount of effort they played in, and to come in and outplay Sydney for long periods of the game. We were spot on with what we did. The execution of what we asked the players to do was spot on, and sometimes you've got to try and explain how, to them how they lost today.
Always seems to take me 3 years to do this, and it was the same at the Mariners. But look, as I've said before, I had to go away and evaluate myself, and I wasn't the right frame of mind last year, and I wanted to show the real me. And at the end of the day, we kept our foot on the pedal for a long time. And look, it's not a nice way to win, I have to say, but it's much better than losing. I felt, losing the penalty shootout before, and my heart goes out to Melbourne Victory and Kevin Muscat. They were fantastic tonight, and it's a tough game.
So for just the third time, the trophy is decided on penalties, and it's Sydney who claim the prize for the second time after a successful shootout. The Sky Blues, champions for a third time. Victory have to content themselves with reaching a record 5th grand final. All in all, another epic Big Blue. Our congratulations to Graham Arnold and his team on a stellar season, the only side to maintain top spots throughout an entire campaign, and of course plenty of records smashed along the way. That is it for season 12 of the Hyundai A-League. We're back in October for season 13. From all of us on the Highlight Show, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next season.